Hello, everyone. I'm Tim Cullings, the Executive Director of Global Game Jam, and welcome to Global Game Jam 2023. And for the first time, we're welcoming Global Game Jam Next 2023 at the same time as GDJ, and we're excited to have you all here with us and excited for the theme reveal, of course, that's about to happen in a few short minutes. First of all, we'd like to say thank you, though, to our board, our staff, all of our committee members, our regional organizers, our site organizers, our volunteers, our great keynote speakers, and of course our sponsors who make this whole thing possible. Please make sure that during the jam or before to visit our sponsor page and check out all of the great offers that the sponsors have. A lot of them are free offers for technology, tools, engines, all to make your jam a lot easier, a lot more fun. Let you try to learn some new things with new tools and technology. So definitely make sure you go and check that out. And thanks to all our sponsors again for making this possible. And most of all, sometime during this weekend, find and thank your site organizers during the jam or whatever time period you're doing this jam. Definitely give them a nice thank you for all the hard work that they've done over the last weeks, months, who knows how long they've been putting into this, but they deserve a lot of credit for all the work that they do to host a great event for you all that's about to get started. So yeah, definitely thank your site organizers, and thanks from myself to you personally out there. I still am a site organizer here in Seattle, Washington, so I know what you've been going through, and we really appreciate all the hard work that you do to help us make this event what it is and do something great for your community. Definitely thanks to all of our jammers out there who are about to participate, whether this is your first Global Game Jam, your second Global Game Jam, your 5th, your 10th, your 15th, whatever. You're about to have a great time. You're in the right place. This is where you come to learn, to meet new people, to make new friends, to make some games and make some memories. And everybody is in a similar situation. They've either done this before or they haven't. And look to the people around the room, look to the people on your online platform to help you along the way, to maybe make a new friend that you've never met before, to hear some of their ideas about making games and what kind of games that they want to make during the jam. Just listen to each other, support each other, make sure you get some rest, eat some good food, and have a great time. And yeah, we're excited. So enjoy Global Game Jam and Global Game Jam Next 2023. Thanks, everybody.
I'm Alexey Zvalov. I'm the regional coordinator of Global Game Jam in Ukraine, and also I'm an indie game developer and associate professor of Robert Elworthy Economical and Technological Institute. Today, I'd like to talk about the community. One of the core missions of the Global Game Jam is to bring together people who are fond of game development. Imagine a single person who's making games at home and showing them only to the close friends and family. They might not have the faintest idea on how many people share the same passion to game development in their own city, in their country, or in the whole world until they meet likely-minded people at the jam location. Ukraine joined the worldwide community of Global Game Jam in 2016, and this brought such an exciting feeling of connection and unification. It is so inspiring to look at the map and see that while you are brainstorming the game theme, producing visuals, or fixing those naughty bugs which always appear 10 minutes before the game submission, thousands of people in hundreds of cities across the whole world are doing the same. Online streams and cross-location video interviews further enhance this sense of belonging. You see that you are not alone. And so many people will understand you. It is incredible. Global Game Jam in Ukraine also served as a focal point for the local game dev community's growth. After the initial boost given by Global Game Jam in the beginning of the year, in January or February, we kept the community living via other events and sessions. Many teams continue to work on their games afterwards, and then they showcased these games at the international conferences. Often at these conferences, they had chance to meet face-to-face the Global Game Jam participants from other countries, and it is so joyful, helpful, and inspiring. Even switching to the online mode due to the pandemics did not slow down the community creativity. Last Global Game Jam, we had over 350 developers and 55 games made in Ukraine. We were looking forward to expand all those exciting games, to establish new connections and launch new activities. But then, on the 24th of February 2022 was the day when Russia started the full-scale invasion against Ukraine, and when the first Russian missiles struck Ukrainian cities, killing innocent people. As soon as the news reached the other countries, we started receiving messages from our friends worldwide. This is another powerful sign of connection in the worldwide game development community which we experienced. The simple question, "How are you?" gained a whole new meaning for the Ukrainians since then. From a simple greeting phrase, it changed to a sign indicating that the person asking does really care. And this helped us stand. Your care, your support to those Ukrainians who had to leave the country, to those who had to stay and fight, to those who lost their houses, health, loved ones. All this helps. We are deeply thankful to all the help and support we are receiving from you, our friends. Today, if you look at the Global Game Jam map, you won't see locations in Ukraine. But this is a safety measure. No place in Ukraine can be safe from being a name of the Russian missiles. So we have to run our locations in the stealth mode. We hope to show you the games from Ukraine after the jam. And we never forget that if we have a chance to make games now, this is all thanks to the protection of Ukrainian defense forces and help we are receiving from our friends from the whole world. Sometimes it is said that games are a way to escape from reality. Sadly, but the reality might be such that it doesn't allow you to escape. War, which is right now fought against Ukraine, is such a case, and we must face this reality together. Therefore, I ask you to keep supporting Ukraine by increasing awareness and donations. There is fund Game Dev Under Bombs. It is run by the Game Development Conference organizers. There is a Comeback Alive Fund. There is a President's Initiative United 24. It is possible to select a direction you want to help: medical aid, defense, or rebuilding. Your help can literally save lives. Thank you. For GGJ 2023, I wish you, first of all, peaceful jam. Sometimes we don't notice something until it's lost. Use this jam as a chance to strengthen your community connections. Look at the people at your location, if you are jamming physically, or at your chat if online. Don't be too shy to come to people around you and tell about yourself. Remember that those people have the same interests as you do. And if you feel that you have possibility, help less experienced Game Jam participants. Ask "How are you?" question in a meaningful way. Have great and peaceful jam, and good luck to you.
Hello, Global Game Jammers. This is Ferishte Forough, founder and executive director of Code to Inspire, the first coding school for girls and women in Afghanistan. It's my pleasure to welcome you all to the 23 Global Game Jam. At Code to Inspire, we address the perennial economic, cultural, and patriarchal challenges that girls and women in Afghanistan face by providing a one-year after-school program in a safe environment. To date, we've educated more than 350 girls in our coding and graphic design classes. By providing a free technical education in a safe environment, we want to narrow the gender gap in education participation, social empowerment, and economic growth in Afghanistan. In 2019, a group of our students in the game development class came up with the idea to create a game with a female superhero from Afghanistan, the Afghan hero game girl. The game features a young Afghan girl whose parents are captured by a witch. Our students wanted to create a game that included a girl who looked like them in a heroic decision-making role so that the other young women could see themselves as powerful figures. Knowledge is power, and technology is the tool for this empowerment. Gaming is a great way for both educational and entertainment purposes. That's why we use this tool as a way to raise more awareness in the community about women in technology and gaming. Sadly, with what happened in Afghanistan, August 2021, with the Taliban taking over the country, girls and women of Afghanistan since then have been deprived to access basic fundamental human rights such as education, work, freedom of movement, that many girls around the world are taking it for granted. During this critical moment for the girls and women of Afghanistan, Code to Inspire remains resilient in the fight to keep educating more girls and provide more opportunities for them to access global economy in order to support themselves and change their lives and their families' future. We want to make sure that we can provide any opportunity to these girls that any young girl deserves around the world. As Rumi, 13th century Farsi poet said, "Where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure." Girls and women of Afghanistan are treasures. And by investing in their education, we are going to build Afghanistan 2.0. I wish you all the best with much inspiration and creativity to change the world for a better place. Thank you so much.
So, we said we were making an action game, right?
Yeah, in a fantasy world.
With robots. It has to have robots.
And the online multiplayer.
What?
What?
Dude, are you crazy? Making multiplayer games is 100 times harder than single player.
Gas.
You're right, multiplayer is usually 100 times harder. But with coherence, it's only 17 times harder.
Only 17? That's insane.
You mean Coherence, at Coherence.io, right?
Right. Coherence really is the fastest way to make multiplayer games, even during a game jam. Wouldn't it be cool if you could play your game together online?
Hey, guys, look, I already got something running.
Wow!
Seriously?
Yeah, just $2 is syncing, but it's a start.
Fascinating.
See? If you want to try it yourself, you can get more information at coherence.io/GGJ.
Hi, my name is Jabari Ali, and I am a systems designer with Skydance Interactive and an innovation educator with the Hidden Genius Project. And I'm very excited to welcome you to the Global Game Jam. Wow, this is going to be quite a jam. I hope you're ready. I hope you're excited. You know, man, let's do it, right? And so for me, game jams has been just an inspiration, right? It really gave me that courage to really make this my career, making games. I actually started out in audio, doing music and sound design. And then slowly, after going to jams and finding cool people to make games with, I started to learn how to do other things. I started to learn how to do gameplay design, gameplay engineering, UI, project management, the whole thing. And so I really recommend, maybe you're on the fence or you're not sure if you have the time. I really recommend doing the jam. It's going to be great for you. And the biggest thing is just understanding that the commitment level, like how intense it is up to you, right? You can keep it light, you can keep it small, or you could go all in and, do crazy all-nighters and make something, make something huge. But it's just about the experience, right? And so my first little piece of advice actually is understanding the why. Why do you want to do the jam? So for me, it started out with I just wanted to have fun. I was like, wow, I can make a game and I can, kick it with some fellow nerds and just be weird and just be crazy and make some cool stuff. And so that was my why to begin with, right? So I kept it real lighthearted and just wanted to have fun and share my skills and kind of get better. But, maybe you have a different thing. Maybe you want to go in there and you want to make some real strong contacts and you want to find some people to work with later on major projects. Or maybe you've got some things you've been working on that you're really good at, but you need a team to actually get it out there. You're an artist, but you need a coder to work with to get your art in the game. Whatever your why is, understand it, and really make that part of your focus, right? That will keep you motivated throughout the jam, keep you centered, keep you focused. Okay, so figure out your why. And then the next really important thing to do is, what are you bringing to the table? What are your strengths, right? And don't hold back, right? It's okay to flex a little bit, right? Because a lot of people that you'll probably be working with, they haven't met you before, they haven't seen what you're doing, right? So get your portfolio together. Don't be shy. Let people know what you can do, and really think about, okay, hey, this is what I can bring to the table. And I actually really recommend that even if you're a jack of all trades or hey, I can do anything, I really recommend that you pick one thing to focus on for the jam, right? Even if you can do art, code, design, and all that, pick one. Maybe you're like, hey, this time I'm just going to do design. And that can really allow you to hone that skill, but also give other people the opportunity to, pick up those other areas, right? And it's really beneficial to work on a team. You make great connections. You're able to get more done. So I recommend that you figure out what your strength is, what role do you want to have for the jam, and then find other people to work with, right? And if you have your own idea, please write a game design document. Now, it doesn't have to be long. It could be just half a page, but just having a little something to keep everybody centered, right, will go a long way, right? So, figure out what do you want to do? What is your role for this jam? And then fill in the blanks, right? Hop on the forums, hop in the Discord, hop on the social media, right? Talk to people, share your portfolio, comment on other people's posts, and just really get yourself out there, right? And don't be shy. So what's your role? What do you need? Find your team, okay? And it's okay if you don't know right away. Maybe you all just like platformers and you're like, hey, we're going to make something, but we're figuring it out, right? So find your team, find the game that you're going to make. And then when you do, keep it simple. You don't have a lot of time. Okay. It'll go by in the blink of an eye, right? So, one mechanic, right? Maybe your mechanic is just jumping or dashing through walls or, being able to, throw cheesecake, whatever it is, right? Pick your one mechanic, and then make sure it's fun. Okay. Don't wait till day 3 to see if the mechanic is even fun. You want to experience that mechanic on the first day, honestly, within the first few hours. That is priority number 1. What is the mechanic? Design it and be able to actually experience it in the game, in an actual build too. Don't stay in the editor. Don't spend too much time in the editor. You want to play test early and often, okay, in an actual build, okay? And then, you'll hear this a lot. Honestly, you want to be kind of on top of your scheduling and your roadmap, right? Day 1, get your mechanic. Day 2, get the complete slice of the game. I can play from beginning to end, right? I have a start screen, I have a victory screen, right? And then day 3, now I'm making it nice and pretty with all the bells and whistles and the animations and the sound effects and the music and all of that, okay? And remember, it just is a demo. A demo is enough. It doesn't have to be the full game. You know, it could be one level. It could take 5 minutes to play the game that you're making. You know, you can keep it light, right? Don't put too much of a burden on yourself, okay? But yeah, just really think about that first little bit, the why. You know, are you here just to have fun? Are you here to make connections? Are you here to hone your skills? Maybe, you know, all 3, maybe something else, but think about your why. Let that be your ground. Let that be your focus. And yeah, most of all, please, you know, have fun, meet some cool people, and don't be afraid to let it carry on after the jam. Honestly, my first jam, we went on to work on some really cool projects afterwards. You know, so yeah, if you meet some people you really like working with, then, you know, keep making games with them. Or if you make a project that's just, wow, this is so amazing, yeah, continue that project afterwards, right? But yeah, super excited for this jam. I hope you are too. Yeah, and best of luck to you. Have fun. Bye.